What's going on, everyone? Today we are taking a look at the Divoom Pixoo-64 pixel art display. Taking a look at the specs, this has a 64 by 64 pixel LED display, app connectivity including thousands of user-created animations, the ability to show social media status, stock prices, Spotify music, and more, and supports voice commands from both Alexa or Google Home. So taking a look inside the box, you have the frame itself, the Pixoo-64 device, and as you can see, it kind of just looks like a regular black picture frame when it's off. Then beside that, you have the power cable, which is a USB-C to USB-A. This needs to be plugged in at all times because this does not have an internal battery, but that's fine. Then you have the manual, and then you have these little eyelets here, which kind of screw into the frame here. So on top, you have one hole, and then on the bottom, you have two more holes. So basically, if you wanted to hang it up that way, you could screw them in and hang it up like that. Alternatively, you also have this little stand in the back, so you can prop it just like a regular picture frame. And if you don't want to use that, this has a little storage spot up here where this stores in, but I'm going to be using it that way. And then lastly, you also have two little holes here. So if you want to hang it up on a wall with a nail, you can also do that. So taking a look at the display itself when it's off, like I said earlier, it kind of looks like a black empty picture frame. But if you take a closer look, you can see all these little lines here, and that's every single pixel. As I said earlier, this has a 64 by 64 grid. So in total, there is 4,096 individual pixels on this display. I also own another product from Divoom called the Timebox Evo, but that only has a 16 by 16 grid. And I mean, it's not that bad, and it's still a very cool device, but this one here is going to let me show a much larger and more detailed image. As you can see, these pixels are pretty small, so as soon as this lights up, it's going to show some good details. The Divoom 16 by 16 display I have, it's maybe this size here. So it's good for showing basic images, but if you show anything with more details, it just looks like a mess and doesn't work. Divoom has a few different products. They have a 16 by 16 grid, 32 by 32, and then 64 by 64. So in their store, they have a few different animations. With the 16 by 16, I wasn't able to see them all because they require more pixels, and if you didn't have enough, it just didn't look right. But on this, you're going to be able to see all the animations. All right, so for right now, I'm going to power this up using a power bank, and the display, the port to power this is right down here. You can see it has a nice little notch here to run the cable. All right, so turning on the display, this is what you'll see here. Right now, it's cycling through like some of its most popular animations. Turned off my lights because I was watching it out, but in person, this actually looks much brighter than it looks on camera. Very, very bright display. Definitely impressed with that. So there's a few different things you can do on here, but there's only one button at the side, so you can look through the default things. But if you want to get the full best usage out of this, that's where you have to use the app, and that's where most of the functionality is at. All right, so taking a look at the app, I just noticed one thing here. If you click on the options, they actually show they have 128 by 128 animations now. I took a look at the store, and 64 by 64 is still the top display that they offer. So I'm assuming they must be coming out with a new, much more either bigger or more high density display coming out in the future. Couldn't find any information about it, but if there's 128 by 128 on the website app, then it definitely has to be something coming out. So taking a look at the app, this is what you'll see here. There's a few different things you can do. You can design your own animation. So beside what they have in the store, you can also draw. And as you draw, it'll show in real time on the screen. So you can make your own animation here. And it has different frames. So you can make whatever you want. I just did a few scribble scrabbles, and you can see my scribble scrabble is moving. So if you're someone that likes to DIY things and make your own animations, you go ahead and do that too. You'll be amazed at what people have made on this app. There's a bunch of things on here that are very impressive. And so I guess some people really dedicate a lot of time and hours to making these. Personally, I don't have the time or patience to do that. But fortunately for me, this app has a store. Let me go ahead and get that random scribble scrabble off. But yeah, fortunately, this app has a store that has literally thousands of animations you could use. So in my case, anything I could ever want on this display, instead of having to make it, I could just search it here on the app, and almost 100% I'm gonna find it. So taking a look at some of the things here, as I said earlier, they have music visualizers, and this is the default one, but they also have a few more as well. So they got this one with a little guy dancing on it. They got another one here that looks like the Matrix. Got some random falling pixels. This one's very cool. It's got a up at the top, then it got a reflection at the bottom. Doesn't quite capture it as well on camera, but in person it looks like a cool 3D effect. Dancing duck here. As I said earlier, this is following the music. Well, my voice in this case. So if I stop talking, he just goes silent. He's still dancing for some reason, but the equalizer in back only works when it hears noise, because this does have a built-in microphone on it. So beside that, there's also counters like this. You got a Twitch streamer. So if you're a streamer, you can go ahead and view your statistics there. If you're into finance, you can go ahead and track your Bitcoins here. You got your stocks here. So you can load your favorite stocks into here and see how everything's doing. Whole bunch of trackers like that. There's also game trackers. So right here is League of Legends. I guess this is going to pull up your information from that. I don't really play that, so I don't know how that works. Fortnite, you could load up your data here, and it'll show you how many kills you have. So in this case, I guess this might be a default screen name. I'm not sure, but this person has 40,000 kills. So whatever screen name this is here, they definitely play a lot of Fortnite. And you have a whole few different things going on here. You have a basic clock, so if you want to just put this next to your TV or something. This is going to be going in my living room, so I'll probably be using things like this, just things to show the time and have an animation going on. They have a whole bunch of different holidays, so great year around. If it's Christmas time, you can throw something on there for Christmas, something for Halloween, so on, so on. Throwing a New Year's party, you can make it say Happy New Year. So it's a very customizable interface with a lot of things you can show there. If you're in a store, they have QR codes. So you can go ahead and put your QR code in here. If you have a barbershop or something, or whatever it is, you can put this in front of your cashier. Very cool. People can scan your QR code that way. They even have sports trackers. So if you want to keep track of what game is on right now and you're doing something at the same time, instead of looking at your phone and see the score, you can just have this right here and show you the score as well. They have this for many sports. They have NBA, MLB, NHL, and they even have a Fitbit tracker. So you can connect this to your Fitbit and it'll show you all your statistics. I wouldn't want to see this, because then if I have not many steps that day, it's going to remind me you did 10 steps, and everybody in the whole house is going to be able to see this. So personally, I don't think I'll be using that. But if you're someone really into tracking and want to motivate yourself, that might be a good way, a good reminder. Hey, get off the couch, do something. So yeah, definitely a few different things there. There's a few other things as well. Well, let's go ahead and dive into the animations. So this one here, I believe is like a 32 by 32. Kind of detailed. It's good animation, you can see. But there's some here that people look like they exported them from videos. So I guess they must have converted a video and put it on here. They don't look bad, but you can kind of tell when they're converted from a video. It just doesn't look as sharp. So let me find one here as an example. Okay, here'd be a good example. Here's a Donkey Kong. So you can see right here, it was a video, and you can see it shows it decently, but it kind of has like an unclean, very jarred edge pixel look. But when they actually make things of actual pixels and display it on here, that's where this display actually comes to life. Like this one, very nice Mario animation. You can see the nice and retro looking pixels, and every pixel is like very defined. That's when you know they actually made it on this app and it wasn't used, like they weren't using some kind of conversion thing. So let me go ahead and find a few different things here. Like this one's not bad, but like I said, you can see the kind of dirty edges, and this is converted from an app. You can see those weird pixels. You can just tell that wasn't made from scratch. Let me go ahead and switch off this light so you see this a little better. So yeah, that one's not bad. From afar, you're not going to notice, but I don't like how, odd thing to say, but I don't like how pixelated the pixels look. They're not a clean look. When it's made from scratch, like I said, it'll look like this. Pixels, but very nice and defined pixels. So yeah, that's what you got for Mario. Basically coming back to the app, on top here, you have a search field. You can search for pretty much anything and it's gonna be there. So I could type in the word meme and go to artworks, and you have a whole bunch of memes. So for example, another video conversion, but You got this guy with the blinky eyes. Everybody knows that meme. You got some still images. So you got that dog. And then there's also like pixel conversion of memes. So this one, you can see someone made that from scratch. That crying frog, I don't know his name, but everybody knows who that is. This one's, you can tell someone definitely made this. So yeah, I was playing with this with my kids yesterday, just going through all of these and laughing at all the weird and random things there are here. And so let's go ahead and search. So besides searching, you have a whole bunch of endless things here. I don't know what the count is, but I'm sure it's somewhere in the high thousands by now. So you have character, season, emoji, pattern, creative, nature, daily, gadget, icon, business, default. It's just never ending that the things you can click on here. My kids were just telling me different things yesterday, saying, oh, search for this, search for that. Anything I searched for, it was 99% of the time there. I think there was like one item that wasn't there, but everything else was there, no problem at all. And there was some very impressive animations as well. This was one of them that I'm sure it's video conversion, but very cool to see. So even though that's a video conversion, that looks very clean, very nice. That's very well done. And just having that in my living room is going to be one of the cool ones I look forward to seeing. Big fan of Naruto, so that's one of the animations I liked. And there's some pretty cool animations they have in here. Here's another Naruto one. This one's also a video conversion, you can see, but definitely cool. Another one here, quite detailed, but you can see this one's actually made from pixels. It's nice and clean pixels on there. So yeah, I can go on and on and on with this, but like I said, look, just typing in Naruto, it's just never ending. Every time you think it gets to the bottom, nope. It just keeps going, keeps going, keeps going. So look, this right here, it's at least, just from that alone, Naruto, 500 plus right there. And keep in mind, it's only one search. So if I type in Sonic, another 500. Mario, another 500. It just, so I take that back. This is probably maybe in the hundreds of thousands, because there is many people that have this. So like I said, anything you could possibly want to put on here, chances are someone already made an awesome animation with it. Overall, this is definitely a very awesome display that will be great for anyone that is into tech or video games. Personally, I'll be placing this in my living room, but this will be great for bedroom, office, kitchen, or pretty much anywhere else in the house that a picture frame could fit. Overall, the Pixoo-64 is definitely a great product that I would highly recommend. Alright, well that about wraps up this video. As usual, if you have any questions at all, feel free to drop me a comment and let me know. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.